Hi, this is Deborah from Dinglefoot.com and I have another card for you this week. So as you can see, I have a bright orange card base and I have a piece of paper that matches. So you want a pattern paper also that matches whatever color card base you have. And then I have a little white piece of paper. This is 5 inches by 3 inches. So I cut this one a little smaller. It's going to go right on top. And then I have a white piece of cardstock that fits across the front of my card. So whatever width your card is, cut another piece of paper. This is about 1 inch wide, so I have that ready. And I have a piece of scrap paper, so I'll be using that. And for my card, this is going to be a thank you card, so I have a thanks stamp. And I have a flower stamp. This is Open Almond Petals from Autumn Leaves, so I have that one. And I didn't have a stem stamp for my flower, so this is just a little border stamp. So that's going to simulate a flower stem for me. And I have black ink, silver embossing powder, and then I have this teensy tiny little jewel, so I'm going to be using that also. And you'll need scissors and glue. So I think that's all I need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do all of my stamping first. So first of all, I'm going to take this little border stamp. I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to be making 2 flower stems. One's going to go this direction, and then I'm just going to make another one down a little bit lower. That's going to go there. Then I'm going to take my Open Almond Petal stamp, and I'm going to stamp one here, and it doesn't matter if it goes off the paper or not. This one did just a little bit, and then this one I'm going to try to get it to stay on the paper. Okay, so I just have little flowers and stems on my paper, and now I'm going to stamp another flower on my scrap paper. And this one we're going to emboss in silver. So as soon as I stamp it, I'm going to want to get that embossing powder on it, and then put the rest back in my little container. And I'll be heating that up in just a minute, but first, before I do that, I'm going to stamp the thanks, and that also is going to be embossed with the silver. So I'm going to try to line this up on my paper here, kind of in the middle. Okay. And I'm going to get my embossing powder on that right away also while the ink is still wet. Okay. I'm going to dump the rest back into my jar, and I'm going to use my heat tool and heat those up, and then when I come back, by the time I come back, this will have been heated up, and I'm also going to cut around the edges. You can see that some of these petals do not go the whole way to the center of the card, so just cut right around them, and just make sure that you just get in just a little bit and don't cut the whole way into the center so that it falls apart. Okay, so now I have my thanks that is embossed in silver, my flower also that was embossed in silver and cut out. So now I can go ahead and put this card together. So this part's going to go on top of the white piece of cardstock. Okay, so we'll just get that on there as straight as we can, and that whole thing is going to go on the left side of my card. So we'll get that on there. And my white part is just going to go straight across, and it's going to cover up a little bit of the flower stems. So we'll put that on. And then for our little flower, you can either glue this right on your card, or you could pop it up a little bit. So I'm going to grab a Zot. I like mine popped up, so I'm just going to grab a little Zot. One of the 3D ones, so it has a little bit of height to it. Just put it on the back there. And I'm just going to place that right on top of another flower, and I'm going to off-center it so I have some petals underneath that are showing through. You can see that there. So it's popped up a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of dimension on that. And then for my finishing touch, I'm going to take that little tiny jewel that I had at the beginning, and I'm just going to put a teensy bit of hot glue right in the middle, and put that right in the middle of my flower. And this card is finished. Thanks so much for watching.